Hello, my good people. I know it's been a minute. I missed a week. Ah! Yeah. A lot has happened. Y'all had a whole allergic reaction on my lips. My lips was puckerfish. And now, like, really the top one, but now it's kind of, it's back to normal. It's not really that noticeable, but girl, yeah. I mean, y'all, yeah. It was just a lot going on this past week, and I thank God that it was just my lips that were swollen at my throat. And yeah, I was just giving God big thanks for that, because it could have been worse, but it wasn't. So yeah. And it's just so crazy. Like, I've been eating the same stuff, so I don't understand how this just came about. The nurses were saying some of that stuff comes with age. You know, the older you get, stuff starts, popping up. Like, where is this? Your body's just changing. And with that, I know my body is changing. It's just so crazy, y'all. I couldn't let y'all see me how I was looking. It was bad. I was down bad. Only a few folks saw me. But other than that, nobody wasn't seeing me. Nobody was not looking at me. I had a mask on and everything. Was not sick, had a mask on and everything. Y'all not finna see what has transpired. I have some paper plates. It's so hot. Look at my food. This is hot. Ouch. God, dog, is hot. Hold on. I'm just trying to really just enjoy the weather, enjoy nature. God bless this food and let it be nourishment for our body. Amen. Trying to enjoy nature. It's a good day out here. That's all I got. So I made it yesterday. I got, can't really see it, but I got some brown rice with some okra, some cabbage with, different colored peppers in it and onions. And I also had some shrimp. But I ate all the shrimp last night because I just did. It wasn't a lot though. It wasn't a lot, but it was like a handful. $12.99 or $11.99 a pound. So I got half a pound. And yeah, I ate it last night. A hot food. I just had to get my brake pads changed. And to think I was gonna do it myself. And then I got to thinking. And I said, I might have to put this with this and do this way. And then do this that way. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should get some help. So that's what I did. I got them changed though. I still gotta get the back changed because the front is good, but I gotta get that back done too. I don't know why I didn't just do both, but I didn't think I didn't think my brakes were like that bad. Well, I'm not saying they're bad, Lord. I'm just saying I didn't think they were that in need of help. So I didn't think I would need front and back. But normally, I should have just bought front and back. But it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. But yeah. We're gonna go up in this library. You already know where we at. We are at the lib. We are at the library every time. We here to put some work in and do some work. get some stuff done every time. That's what we doing. So yeah. Y'all, it did not make no sense how much that man was pressuring me to get some new tires. Like, I know I need new tires, but I didn't think it was that bad. I really didn't think it was that bad. But apparently, the tire is about bald. But, I mean, it makes sense with all the driving I do, Amazon and stuff. Let's see how bad it is. Those are not terrible, but this tire is apparently warping, so. I know this one. I know this one is. Yeah. That's how much thread is left. That's it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And another thing is, I can't wait to wash my hair, which is what I'm finna go do. Good gracious. Another thing is, I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning a lot about my car. Like, who knew that there were so many different types of tires that meshed well with your car? Like, I know this sounds stupid. You're probably like, duh, girl. But no, like, I'm such a girl. Like, I don't care. Just put the tires on. Like, am I going to be able to drive? They're not bald. Okay, well, I'm good. But, like, tires and the type of tires, they matter. Like, one, I have a car that has low-profile tires. Low-profile cars or sports cars, they don't really do the best in the rain. So you have to get good low-profile tires or good tires that do good in the rain, that have good wet traction, right? Another thing, when it comes to, I didn't know this. I literally just found this out at Discount Tire. Like, another thing is that when it comes to the miles per gallon, your tires literally differentiate if you get low mileage or high mileage, or low miles or high. Like, what? I didn't know your tires could determine, like, the amount of miles you get per gallon. So, wet traction, how good the tires hug the road, right? Your mileage. So, are you gonna have a lot of gas or a little bit of gas? You know what I'm saying? What else? He was saying so much good stuff, and I really appreciate you, Anthony. Anthony, if you see this, man, I appreciate you. Thank you. Seriously, I learned a lot from you just in a little bit of time. And I know you was trying to get a sale. I know that. I'm talking about I like photography too. Well, let me stop, because he might actually watch it. Hey, Anthony. Hi. Yeah, I know you're trying to get that sale, and I wanted to give it to you. I really did. If I had it, all four, they're yours. But I don't have it right now, Anthony. Okay? So I gotta go. What's gonna be good for me? The best route for me. Right? So, dang, there's so much to learn. I love learning new things. Like, I love knowledge. I love information. I love it. I love learning. Like, oh my gosh. I'd be so starstruck. Like, wow. Like, what? Who would have thought? Not me. Crazy. We have locked in on another interview, which we are headed to. I hope all goes well, because I ain't had an interview in a little minute, but I feel good about this one. Well, I ain't gotten the job at the other place. It's just that it wasn't the job that I could see myself succeeding in. It was just, I just don't have time. I don't have time to be set. I need to be on the clock, on the pay. I mean, on the having an hourly pay every hour. I'm not trying to make it. It needs to be guaranteed. Okay. So I just did my Lowe's interview, and I think it went pretty doggone well. If I'm not, I think me and Gabe really hit it off. I really think me and Gabe hit it off. I really do. It just didn't make no sense how well we was here. We was connecting. We was here. So if I don't get this job, it's gonna be a shocker to me. But I feel as if this job is for me. But then again, it's like, the pay is not what I want it to be, y'all. The pay is not where I want it to be. They got these little cups, like $4.75. It's crazy. Y'all, I was trying to say that now at this Sweet Frog, you literally pay for it and you can fill this up as high as you want to fill it up, or as much as you want to fill it up. Like, that's freaking insane. Testing, 1 2 1 2, testing. I want to take this off like this. Y'all, I literally told God to take over my day and have his way in it, and he truly has. Let me explain to y'all what just happened. This is something I was not expecting this to happen. It was just insane. Okay, so mind you, y'all know, I just got done doing an interview like around 12. It was like from 12 to 12:20. That was the interview, and I was sitting there like, what should I do? I was like, I want to do something new. I want to go to a new place. I always go to the same places to do the same work. I need a new environment. I need something different. And so I was looking up nearby coffee shops near where I am. And so I came across this coffee shop. I was like, okay. Well, I want to go here, but not really. And so I just sat in my car and I just scrolled on social media or whatever for a little bit. And I was like, man, hold on, wait. Before that, I was like, I want to get some yogurt. I'm going to get some yogurt from Sweet Frog. Mind you, if you go to the Sweet Frog over here near Steel Creek, do y'all know that y'all can just buy the cup and just get however much yogurt you want? So I got me a little kitty for like $4 or $5, and I filled that thing to the T-top, rim top, I filled that thing to the top, and yeah, and it was honestly worth over $10 with all the yogurt and all the toppings I got, because baby, I go stupid with it. Okay. So where was I at? Okay, so I got yogurt. I sat down in my car, ate my yogurt, and I was like, man, I want to do something different. So I was like, you know what, let me go to this new coffee shop. Went to the coffee shop a couple minutes from it, and I went in there, sat down. Mind you, y'all, the coffee shop it's a gospel coffee shop, bro. I walked not knowing they are full of the Spirit. So I get in there and I sit down and I'm in my word. One thing I like to do when I go to a coffee shop is I like to open my Bible. And right now I've been studying Revelation. So I went in my word, I was studying, and I was like, oh, they playing some gospel. I said, okay, that's one gospel song. Then come 2 gospel songs. Then come 3 gospel songs. Then come 4 gospel songs. And it was just so many gospel songs after that. And so I said, okay, this is where it's at. So I have to start coming here, right? And so the place is already full of the Spirit. It's already there, right? I'm sitting there crying as I'm in my word. The Spirit is just there. It's resonating there. And so I do Amazon Flex, and one of the workers, I looked up and saw him coming in, but I didn't really want to interact with him because I just didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. Mind you, I told God to have his way in my day, right? Never seen this man outside of where I work. Never seen him. But I so happened to see him on this day. So he walks in or whatever, and he goes to the coffee thing, and I'm like this. He goes to the cashier, and I'm sitting down like this, like trying to avoid him. And I see him, he's turned back like this, and he's like, and I'm like, I look up. I just happened to look up at the right time. And I said, hey, how you doing? He was like, how you doing? We good. We're greeting each other. He comes over, he sits down. He asks my name. He was like, we never got each other's name. Like, we see each other all the time, but we never get each other's names. I was like, that's true. I just be trying to get my route and dip. I'm not trying to have no conversation with folks. I'm literally just trying to get my route, and I'm trying to dip, right? And so he asked my name. I said, Tonalea. He tells me his, but he was like, is that indigenous? Like, where's that from? I said, it's Little Swan, a Native American that, does anything. He was like, you know what? And it's like a whole rabbit hole. We go through a whole rabbit hole. He starts talking how
blacks aren't really blacks, and the name Negroes and blacks is like a slave name, and like just all this stuff, and how we're not even slaves, like how slavery wasn't a real thing. He was saying how there was only 20,000 people from the slaves that came from the transatlantic versus the millions of people that they say in history. He was saying how we don't come from Africa, we come from America, like everything's in America, and how nothing's from Africa, pretty much. Just saying just all this stuff about black people, and how there's two different types of citizens, how there's the regular American citizen, and then there's the Republican citizen, where you're not claimed, nothing's claimed under your name, how you could just be a private resident and you don't have to drive with your license, and because we black, and so we get that right. I'm telling you, it was so much, I couldn't even encapsulate it all. I was just constantly saying, interesting, interesting, interesting. He was giving me stuff to research. I'm like, I don't really agree with that. I started bringing up, I was like, well, according to Adam and Eve, and he was just like saying how he was like, okay, you believe that, but this and that and this and this, and I went to Egypt and all this stuff, and I was like, okay. So he's saying all this stuff, y'all. Overall, he didn't tell me he had deconstructed, but I got the gist he was deconstructing. And so I was just like, well, to get to that point, I brought up Adam and Eve, and I was like, well, pretty much, I was like, maybe we didn't come from Africa, but I know we came from Adam and Eve, and wherever they was at. So if they was in Africa, or if they was in Jerusalem, or I know they was in the Garden of Eden, we came from there. That's where we came from, pretty much. So maybe we didn't come from Africa, but we came from the Garden of Eden. That's where we came from. So I told him that, and he was just like, he had a rebuttal for that. And so we went through that. I was like, I be in the Word. I was like, you came to me, and you see me in the Word. This is what it is. Because then he was saying how our religion, he was like, once we figure out and get fully free, then we can get to our real religion, which is Islam, which is that. And I was just like, when he said that, I was like, man, how am I gonna get out of this? What am I gonna say? Because it's hard to talk with someone when they're so like knowledgeable and all this stuff, and it's this and it's that way, and this is factual, and actually this is biblical, and this came from the Bible, and I've read the Bible backwards and forwards, and when they got all this knowledge and they coming at you with all it's like, bro, anything I say, you're not gonna hear it, bro. It's like I'm gonna hit a brick wall, so there's no point in me saying anything. I'm just gonna sit here and listen, because we know what the truth is, okay? Amen, hallelujah. We know that God is the only one, okay? We know Jesus is the risen King, okay? So yeah, we already know that. So me being a Christian and stuff, how much time I got? I just sat there and I let him talk his ear off, everything. And after he talked and said that, I said, can I give you something? He said, sure. And so I went in my purse, and I took out that little blue card. I ain't got it on me now, but I took out that blue card, and I said, this is my church. I go to Nicayo. We got 2 locations, north and south. Broke down the gist of it. Pastor Brian, he's a white pastor. Immediately, when I said white pastor, I said, don't do like that. He a spicy white. He got a black wife, black kid. Don't do that. He not like them. He a different kind of white, okay? So I tell him all that. And then I was like, yeah, come on out. And I was like, if you're just feeling, if you just get the antsiness to just come on, you're not doing nothing on a Sunday. I'm just trying to, because he already like, so I'm like, if you don't feel like, doing nothing on a Sunday, if you ain't got nothing to do, just come on out. I'm like, why not? Just give it just to see what we talk about. And he was like, man, I don't do this stuff, because, he was like, because this is the first thing I got into. This was the first thing I did, and I deconstructed from all this, He was like, but I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to come for you, because you seem very, so I'm going to just come and just see. And so I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. We would love to have you. I was like, I serve in productions and marketing, and, I agree, and It's just such a good time. And then he started saying how, people always say, like, the church house isn't, what it's about. That's true. We are the church. We're the walking church. That's true. But you still need a place to worship, and you still need a place to have community and hear the word and stuff like that. You still need a place for that. But he, we not there yet with him. Anyways, he was in there. He was pretty much saying, I'm gonna come for you, and that right there just made my heart rejoice. I said, please, for right now, come for me. Come for me, and then soon enough, you'll be coming for yourself. You won't be thinking about me and what I said. You'll come because you want to come. You'll come because you know the Lord for your own self. And so that happened, and that's crazy. I'm gonna see him. Like, I do Amazon Flex. He's one of the employees there, so I'm gonna see him again. And I will say the conversation was starting to get a little, it wasn't getting spicy, but it was starting to get a little woo. Cause it's like, I wasn't getting mad, but like, bro, you saying a lot of stuff. You saying how the Bible's fictional, all this stuff, and if Jacob and that's not even their real names. You know, he was like one of those people. And so, right then and there, I was just like, Holy Spirit, use me. Be in my words, be with my mouth, because I don't know what to tell this man, because he already act like he know everything. So it's hard to get the folks to act like they know everything. It's hard. Because they not, it's just going to be like you talking to a brick wall, like I said. So that happened. And then, right after he left, like 10, 15 minutes after he left, I started to get back into my word, right? Or right after he left, 10, 15 minutes later, this man that was out there sitting on the patio, he came up to me. And he was like, what you reading? And I said, wow, God. 2 encounterments in like less than an hour. Wow. I said, I'm in Revelations. I was like, what you know about Revelation? He was like, yeah, I know about Revelations. He was like, I be reading it too. He was like, yeah, I love the Bible. I love the Bible. Da, 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 da. And we was talking about that. And obviously he was like kind of trying to hit on me and stuff like that. Like, you know, girls, my girls know, you know. But if you gotta do that to get to Jesus, baby, do what you got to do. Of course, I'm not gonna be like, but like, if that's gonna be a way to lead, if my beauty is gonna be a way to lead you to the feet of Jesus, then so be it. Let it be so. Because I'm trying to I'm trying to bring as many souls into the kingdom of Christ as I can, because time is winding down, time is approaching, y'all. Y'all don't understand. It's time to get ready. If you are not ready, if your spirit, your heart, your soul is not ready with God, please get ready. You cannot depend on your family to save you. Your family cannot get you into heaven. You have to get yourself into you. Your family can't do that for you. You have to. Your mama can't do it. Your sister can't do it. Just because they know Christ, they don't mean that that's an automatic entryway for you. That's not how this goes, Becky. I said, baby, that's not how this goes. Your mama, your daddy can know all this Bible, all this word, all that they can abide. But if you don't do it, if you don't abide, if you don't know your word, if you don't, obey the scriptures and do as it says and spread the gospel, then baby, you're not going. You're not getting into the gates of heaven. Maybe let me not be too aggressive. But seriously, y'all get what I'm saying? You just got to know your word. You know what I'm saying? Know the Lord and stuff. Have a relationship with him, because that's what matters at the end of the day. Your relationship, not your mom and your daddy's, not your grandmama's, but yours. Because they're not going to get you there. You are, with your relationship with him. Anyways, yeah, so with the man, I ended up saying, I put out another card. I said, hey, you ever heard of Nikeo? We got 2 campuses, Nikeo North, Nikeo South. But before I said that, I said, do you have a church home? And he was like, yeah. I said, where? And he just stood at me like, I said, well, listen, I got a Nikeo. Put out my card. We got 2 campuses, North and South. We actually just opened up a North campus like last week. You know what I'm saying? Come on out. I serve out there, so you'll definitely see me. And then he started talking about how he lost his Bible and stuff like that. Y'all know I had to give him my Bible. And I love that Bible. I love that NIV Bible, but I don't even think God told me to. I just felt inclined to. This man said he lost his Bible, and I don't know. I felt inclined to give him my Bible. So that's what I did. Because I do have plenty at home. They're different versions, so I got to give him the NIV. But yeah, I gave him my Bible. You can have it. You want a Bible? You can have a Bible. You want 2? I'll get you another one. You want a different version? Sure, meet me. Whatever you need, bro. You got it. You got it. You got it, man. You got it. And it's like, bro, like, that just stuck with me so much. That man was like, he had a Bible and he lost it. You could tell he probably was in the streets. He told me his story, how he been in jail and stuff like that. So my camera overheated and just stopped working from the overheating. As I was saying, I was getting back to the man and his story. He was saying how I'm not gonna tell all of his business or whatever. Maybe that's why the camera shut off, because I was gonna tell all of his business. I see Holy Spirit. I ain't gonna tell all this stuff, but just know that, like, God is truly doing something. He's working. He's always working. And I just can't believe that I am a part of this. No, I'm a part of this. But at the same time, I'm scared. I'm scared, y'all, because you gotta be a martyr for Christ. You gotta be able to be a martyr for Christ. We gotta be able to take on persecution. And that could mean death. And that just brings me back to our brothers and sisters that have been and are being beheaded in Africa, Congo, all over. And it's just like, wow, the time is really approaching. Like, seriously, like, imagine being beheaded for your faith. We just need God more than ever now. More than ever.